Welcome into Baxter Arena for some Husker hockey as they are on the road to take on the Creighton Blue Jays. First Husker hockey broadcast of the season. Huskers come into this contest at 1-1 in 2024. Took the loss last night, got up 3-0 over Creighton before blowing it at the end 4-3. And it's been a couple of newcomers leading the way for the Huskers. Jackson Beach really leading the way with the goals, as well as Davis Mardessen. In goal tonight for the Huskers is Liam Scott. On the other side for Creighton, it's Gabe Meesterling. Ready for face-off, Huskers and Blue Jays. Huskers win the face-off in their own zone, working it across the opposite side. Into the neutral zone as Stadler tries to fight for it. Now in the Creighton Blue Jays zone, Beach rips ones on the net. Couldn't finish it though. Blue Jays in transition. 1-on-2, chasing after the puck. Now in the Huskers zone, that's Alex Schumacher chasing the puck down. And a big slam into the boards. Huge hit as Nebraska takes it the other way. At center ice, fighting for it. Still taking control. Now it's into the Blue Jays zone as Creighton takes control of the puck. Center ice. Here comes David Calderon. Still with the puck, right side of the net. Now zooming across the goal line. Behind the net now, still with the puck. Dishes it up top. Waiting for an option. Gives it up to Tommy Sieve, the defenseman from Medina, Minnesota. A bunch of Minnesotans on this Creighton Blue Jays roster this year as they fight for it, still in control of the puck behind Liam Scott in net. Over to the right side now, looking for an option up top, gives it up to Sieve. Back to Calderon, losing control of the puck, and the Husker defense comes away with it with Greg Pate now. Loses it for a moment, Nate Weber flips it away. Creighton takes over at center ice. Across the midline, now attacking is Tommy Sieve with the puck. Flicks one in front of the net. Altier's shot is rejected by Liam Scott in net. What a block. As the Huskers defense starting out hot here. Craig Pate trying to find it, and Altier takes it away and scores. About a minute and a half into the first period, Creighton takes an early 1-0 lead. Chuck Altier, his second goal in as many days, as Creighton takes the early lead, coming into this contest 1-0 after the win last night. Altier gets ready for the center ice face-off. Huskers win it. Now backtrack into their own zone. Across the ice they go. Flip it up, turnover, almost for a second. Huskers retake control. Here comes Rothenberger looking for it behind the Creighton net. Flipped out to the opposite side. Now it's Matt Leslie. Flicks it in front. Behind the net, Husker offense has it. Just wide of the net from Jack Dugan as there's a fight for it behind the Creighton goal. Now in front are the Blue Jays. Altier leading the break alongside Caden Lachey, and the Huskers have to retreat into their own zone to pick up the puck in the corner. Fighting for it is Altier. He's in front of the net. Huskers trying to take it away from him. Looks like they do for a moment near side boards. As Leslie flicks it to the opposite side, Creighton takes it away. As that's Lachey once again making a difference. Behind the net, Liam Scott looks over his shoulder. Still behind the net, flicked out on top to Lucas Mazariego. He pops one over to the net, just over the top of the center crossbar. As Husker defense looks to take it back the other way. Now into the neutral zone. Still a fight for it on the near side boards. Nebraska in control. Works it and clear it out into the Creighton zone, and they will switch out with a brand new line coming in. Altier, the lone goal scorer, checks out. 17:20 left to go in the first period. Here comes Caden Davis, one on everyone, and he turns it over. Blue Jays in control of the puck, chasing after it into the Husker zone. That's Eric Losing chasing after it defensively. Davis losing his stick for a moment, fight for it, and up top near the blue line. Creighton flicks it across, and the Huskers chase it down. Sean Rogers sends it to the other side. Defense needs some control here. As Losing gives it back to Rogers, near side boards. Quevedo loses it for a moment. Shot gets sent to the left side of the goal. Liam Scott poked it away. 1-0 here, 16:40 to go in the first period. Creighton with the lead. Quevedo fighting for it. He's got it. Gives it up to Caden Davis into the Creighton zone. Davis near side boards. Quevedo now pokes at it and loses it for a moment. Huskers retreat as Zach Merritt sends it across to his teammate. Losing it and turning it over. Here comes Ben Watts for the Creighton Blue Jays with the puck alongside Kyle Hogan. He sends it out of play, and now the Huskers will take control with Drew Holderfield. gives it up in front of the net. Merritt loses it. And now here comes Jackson Beach, the top goal scorer for the Huskers. Gets hit hard up high. And the Huskers fighting for it in the Creighton zone. Camden Lay with the puck, sends it all the way across into the Husker zone. Here comes Dom Corey into the corner. He gets hit hard by Merritt into the boards. 15:45 first period. Creighton leads 1-0. Jackson Beach at center ice takes it himself across the blue line now, looking for something offensively, gets it taken away. Huskers retreat to retrieve the puck in their own zone, as now Beach flicks it into the back part of the ice, looking for a teammate. He's got Pate. It gets gloved up top by Creighton. Here comes Tommy Sieve once again. He's been around the puck all period long. Sean Burns handles it, and Beach takes it away at center ice. Goes in between and shoots it. And it is a great save by Gabe Meesterling. His first start of the season. Huskers not able to even this one up at 1. 15-13 to go in the first period, as that was maybe the best chance offensively for Nebraska here so far this morning. Jackson Beach, 2 goals in 2 games. The freshman from Lincoln has had a good season thus far. Huskers win the face-off, still in the Creighton zone. As here comes Ben McGinnis. Swings it across to Nate Weber, back to McGinnis in the far corner, gets hit hard into the boards. Huskers looking for an opportunity as Leslie had it for a moment. A whistle is blown. And that'll be a penalty against Sean Burns. The first power play here today for the Huskers. Good chance now to even things up. Still down 1-0 after Charles Altier scored his second goal in as many days. 5-on-4 advantage for Nebraska here on the road at Baxter Arena in Omaha. Huskers lose the face-off as Sieve looks to keep it away. Here's Pate up top near the blue line. Feeds it a little bit down low. And the shot on goal from Jack Dugan doesn't go, off the pads of Meesterling. Huskers have to chase it all the way into their own zone as it got cleared out by Creighton. Now behind the net of Liam Scott, the Huskers will reset and try to find something offensively. Zooming ahead across center ice. As now, over to the left side, the shot is high and outside. Missing as Pate takes it and loses it for a moment. Creighton's able to clear it out again. Scott has to hold the puck as the Blue Jays applying pressure with Cole Tallis. Behind the net, Nebraska still on the power play with about 1 minute and 10 seconds left. 5-on-4 advantage. Dugan gives it up in their own zone. Here comes Losing. Losing across his own blue line, now feeds it into the Creighton zone. Merritt chasing after it into the corner. Creighton defense doing a great job here on the power play. Losing checks out as Jackson Beach comes in. About 1 minute left on the power play. Huskers need a goal, down 1-0 here in the first period. Beach taking it himself across the Omaha logo at center ice. Inside, rips one on the net, couldn't quite fit it through. What a save by Gabe Meesterling. As once again, Creighton clears it out, and Zach Merritt takes it behind the net. He's got Stadler to work with. Now along the far side, Jackson Beach catches the pass and takes a big shot along the Creighton bench, and he loses the puck for a moment as the Blue Jays take advantage across the Husker blue line. Here comes Kyle Hogan with the puck, fighting for it with Davis Mardessen. Shot misses, and it's Liam Scott taking another shot right into the pads and holds onto it to stop the clock. 14:29 to go in the first period. Huskers down 1-0 after an early goal from Chuck Altier. Players are bent over. They are gassed after that long stretch of action. As we will have a face-off in the Husker zone. Altier with the gold helmet, the lone goal scorer here tonight. Officials discussing things at center ice as they look to get the proper time on the power play. Officially 31 seconds left for the 5-on-4 advantage for Nebraska. Altier waits for the face-off, and here it comes. Puck gets dropped, and the Huskers win the face-off. Merritt flicks it back to Stadler. Stadler behind the net, now navigates. gives it up to Merritt, back to Stadler, right side. Across center ice, here come the Huskers in transition, 5-on-4 on the power play. Stadler goes all the way behind Meesterling, behind the net, gets poked away for a moment, and the Blue Jays are able to get a nice advantage. Here comes Altier, breakaway, misses it wide. Huskers able to hold on to this 1-0 deficit, nearly down 2-0 after that shot from Altier. Power play concludes. Merritt in the Creighton zone. Not a lot of teammates to work with, though, as he looks for an option. Weaves down in the far right corner as Altier takes it away. Behind the net, Meesterling looking over his shoulder. Creighton able to take control. Now into the Husker zone, picked off by Merritt. Great defense. Here comes Quevedo into the Creighton zone, sends one to the net, and it gets gloved by Gabe Meesterling. .12:36 left in the first period. Nebraska with a few shots on net, but still down 1-0. Altier had another breakaway opportunity, could have been his second goal of the period, as the Huskers now win the faceoff. Up top, it's Nick Bonthius navigating traffic, sends it behind the net. Creighton chasing after it, far corner. Huskers poking at it at center ice. Bonthius chases after it into his own zone. Looking for a teammate, sends it up top. Puck gets kicked by Nate Weber. Near side board, sends it off the glass. Weber poking at it again with a Creighton defender. Now here comes Leroy. Check that, that's McGinnis as the puck gets sent into the Husker zone. Once again, Sean Rogers chases it down behind the goal line. Liam Scott watching and direct the traffic as McGinnis on the far side gets it poked away for a moment by Wheaton. Huskers fighting for it at center ice. Gets sent back to the Nebraska side. Rogers will once again handle it. Sends it across the boards. Now into the neutral zone. Puck still alive up for grabs as Corey takes it, and the Blue Jays are able to clear it out, send it behind the goal line, and they will go out for a change. Tommy Sieve applying the lone pressure as here comes Nebraska offensively into center ice. Creighton flicks at it, and they send it out of bounds. As that was Johnny McLeese in his second game of the season. Played a bit last night, no stats though. As Creighton still leads 1-0, 11:27 to go in the first period. Stadler in there for the faceoff for Nebraska. Huskers win the faceoff. Beach delivers backside. Long shot wristed on by Pate. Couldn't quite fit it through. Good save by Meesterling as here come the Blue Jays. Taken away by Nebraska into the Blue Jays zone. Another shot sent on net. Here comes Mardessin. Sends one into the crease. Fight for it in front of the goal. And there's a whistle and a stoppage. I think Meesterling may have gotten on top of the puck. What a few stretches of saves from Gabe Meesterling. Stillwater, Minnesota product, making his first start of the season for Creighton. 11:06 to go, first period. Stadler in there for the faceoff once again in the Creighton zone. Shot gets flicked on net by Mardessin. Couldn't finish it. Puck alive at the midline. Slapped at by Leslie. Huskers take control for a moment. Now it's Creighton reaching after it as Stadler fights for it on the near side boards. Here comes Shoemaker for Creighton, chasing after Leslie in the Husker zone. Tallis fighting with Beach, still in the Husker zone as Nebraska takes it away for a moment. Now along the near side into the Creighton territory. Leslie sends it across and the Huskers go offsides. So after the offsides, Nebraska will go for a change. Beach heads to the bench. And Nebraska will head into a face-off. Altier in there, and the Blue Jays win it as Heiberg couldn't win the face-off. 10:36 to go in the first period. 1-0 lead for Creighton. Altier fighting for it along with the Huskers. Now behind the net. Nebraska moving it across the near side boards. Altier takes it away off the glass, looking for a lane off the slot. Couldn't finish the goal though. Took a shot at the net. As now, here comes Lachey fighting along the goal line. And Nebraska with Eric Losing now gets slapped into the boards hard as the Huskers desperately clear it out. Here comes Dugan. 2-on-3, gives it to Heiberg on the left side. Dumps it back down to Holderfield. Had a man, but no one was looking as now Creighton takes it the other way across the Omaha logo at center ice. Dekes a man, sends it on net, and Liam Scott with a great save as Caden Lachey. Check that, Ben Watts nearly had a fantastic goal as he toe dragged a man, left him on his backside. but it was Liam Scott, the sophomore from Minnesota, that made a great save. Face-off coming in the Husker zone. Altier steps in again, still fighting for it on the face-off. Puck goes up into the net and out of play on the near side boards. Tommy Sieve is able to grab it with his stick out of the netting. 1-0 lead for Creighton here in Omaha. 9:52 to go in the first period. As Lachey steps in for the face-off. Huskers fighting for it. Up top, Sieve rips one on a one-timer. Good save by Scott. Puck still alive behind the goal line. Nebraska chasing after it as now Zach Kubicek, the leading goal scorer from a season ago, rips one on net. Good save by Scott once again. Puck goes flying into the Creighton zone. Here comes Quevedo applying pressure behind the Creighton goal line. Puck back toward the Huskers. 9:26 to go, first period. Creighton with the puck up top. Merritt looking for it. And now Nebraska in control in their own zone. They give it to Quevedo, who loses it for a moment. Sean Burns now fighting for it. Trips at center ice. Husker defense all over it with Heath Topol. And oh my goodness, in front of us, Jake Quevedo gets popped. He's back up on his skates. Whistle is blown. And I believe there may be a penalty after that big hit. Quevedo took a shot, but was able to pop up pretty quickly. So now Topol for the Huskers will be the guilty party. He'll head into the box. 9:04 remaining first period. And here's the first power play for Creighton as they already lead 1-0. It was an early goal about a minute and a half in by Chuck Altier, who came in to score his second goal of the season in as many games. So a face-off in the Husker zone. 5-on-4 advantage for the Blue Jays. We'll see what the penalty kill has in store for Nebraska. Nate Weber, Nick Poptius out there for the Huskers, and Liam Scott in net has a challenge in front of him. Huskers win the face-off, and defensively they will just try to clear it out, and they do, so Creighton will chase it down as Meesterling controls in the net, gives it up to David Calderon. Now on the near side, here comes Lachey. Lachey working against two Husker defenders, weaves through them, flicks it in front, centering it, and the shot is no good by Calderon. Husker defense gets away with it as they clear it out once again. Minute 30 on the penalty kill. Still 5-on-4 for Creighton. Good move by Kubicek. He works on the left side. Still looking for an option, dumps it back out to Altier. One-timer on that one by Sean Burns, the defenseman. Missed it left. Creighton with Kubicek behind the net. Liam Scott looks over his shoulder. Centered up top. Here comes Burns. Gives it to the right side as Calderon flicks it to Altier. Left side of the net, up top, middle of the slot. And on the one-timer, what a shot by Calderon, but a better save by Liam Scott. Puck still alive in front of the net as Altier gets blocked. He can't fit it through. About 55 seconds left in the penalty kill. Weber fighting for it. Now Sean Burns along the blue line sends one to the net. Liam Scott is game once again. Great stretch of goaltending for Liam Scott right there. 6-foot goalie able to become a wall in front of the Husker net. Still down 1-0 as a new line comes out there for Nebraska. Losing, Rothenberger among them, Greg Pate, and we'll have a face-off in the Husker zone once again. Colt Tallis wins it for Creighton. Huskers clear it out. About 45 seconds left on this penalty kill. Rothenberger applies pressure. Creighton handles behind their own net. Schwab takes the puck on the near side. Now across the ice, over to Colt Tallis. He sends it to a teammate in the Husker zone. Flicked out into the neutral zone now. Creighton handles once again. Tommy Sieve works along the midline. Sends it past the goal line of Nebraska. Payton will send it. Kind of mishandled it though. Still in the Husker zone. As Rothenberger just slaps at it. Sends it into the neutral zone. Creighton working with about 10 seconds left on this power play. Sieve gets poked at. Sends it to the Husker zone. And a nice job clearing it out by Lojing, grad student from Alberta, Canada. And there goes the penalty kill for the Huskers. Topol comes on the ice, gets checked out instantly. 5-on-5 now as Stadler checks in for the Huskers. Into the Nebraska zone. Husker defense chases after it. Rothenberger waits for it, and now At center ice comes Stadler. He sends it to the Creighton side. 6:45 to go in the first period. 1-0 lead for Creighton, as Nebraska looks to attack. Here's Pate in front of the blue line. Sends it deep off the wall. Husker offense in control as Beach now fights for it. Sends it in front of the net. Creighton takes control. Here comes Camden Lay working 3-on-2. Huskers take it away into the neutral zone. Stadler, left side, 2-on-3. Looking for an option. Crosses the ice. Sends one on the net, and it's a little bit wide. Nice shot there by Stadler, the freshman from Minnesota. That's now on the near side boards. Huskers still fighting for it offensively. Behind the net, sent across. Here's Merritt. Merritt looking for an option. Gives it up to Stadler. He flicks one on the net once again. Misses left side. Rogers fights for it on the far corner. Puck still up for contested, and there is a whistle. 5:54 to go in the first period, as Nebraska will bring in a bounty of substitutions. Both sides bring in new names, as that was quite a long stretch without a break. We have a penalty against Jay McCall, the defenseman from Dallas, Texas, who will give the Huskers a 2-minute power play. So it's Altier and Eric Losing in there for the faceoff. Huskers win it. Here's Pate up top along the blue line. Gets it poked away by Altier. Creighton trying to take advantage, shorthanded, and it gets sent into the Husker zone. Scott sends it behind the net, and Pate chases it down. Huskers in control, 5-on-4 advantage. Over to the middle, it's Dugan. Dugan working against Altier at center ice. Gets it poked away for a moment against 3 defenders. Dugan works in front, though. Sends it in front of the net. Pate can't handle it. Pate along the side, fighting for it with Altier, and the puck still up for grabs behind the Creighton net. Altier slapping at it. Pate fighting for it. Husker offense has it with Jack Dugan in front of the net. He gets tripped. No call, though, as now the puck is in the neutral zone. Pate's trying to fight for it. Altier out in front, chasing after it. Sends one through. Scott for a score. Backhand over the shoulder of Liam Scott. And Nebraska trails 2-0. 2 goals from Altier here tonight. Had 1 goal yesterday. 2 of them so far in the first period. Nebraska trails 2-0 with 5:05 to go in the first period. It's been all Altier so far here today. Schwab in there for the faceoff with Nate Weber. Huskers win it. Breakaway for Jackson Beach. Good chance here. Beach looking for an opening, and he can't fit it through the crease. And there's some contact in front of the net. A little bit of shoving and pushing. Huskers can't take advantage of the breakaway. Jackson Beach nearly had his 3rd goal of the season. Still 1:04 on the Husker power play, as the officials try to decide what to do here. They will go over to the scorer's table. Huskers hold on to a 5-on-4 advantage for about a minute left. They win the faceoff. Merritt left side. Now feeds over in front of the net near the blue line to Beach. Back to Merritt left side. He sends one to the net. Great save with the glove by Gabe Meesterling. 4:50 left in the first period. 56 seconds on the power play. Weber steps in for the faceoff. Huskers win it. Fighting for it on the near side. Merritt along the blue line. Sends a one-timer to Beach. Gets ate up by Meesterling in net. And the Creighton goalie doing a solid job here tonight with a 2-goal advantage against this Nebraska offense. Couple of chances on this power play. 50 seconds left. Weber wins the faceoff once again. Huskers work along the blue line. Now in front of the Creighton bench. Slides it across the ice to Weber. Now up top, high slot. Back to Weber left side, in front of the circles. Near side boards, a fight for it. As Stadler loses it for a moment. Stick gets lost by a Creighton player. Up top, high slot, once again Merritt. Right side, Beach loses it across the boards. And in front of the net, a good shot by the Huskers. Still alive. In front once again. Beach fighting for it. Chasing it down against Camden Lay, and a huge hit against the wall. 2-0 lead for Creighton. Huskers lose it for a moment into their own zone. Power play with 10 seconds left. As Stadler loses it off the wall, and Meesterling will get it taken away by Sean Burns, the Creighton defenseman. And a penalty once again. I believe the Huskers were tripped right there. We'll wait to see who it was that got the call, as it is going to be Cole Tallis getting called for the tripping there. There was 2 seconds on the initial power play left, so the Huskers will get 2 seconds of 5-on-3 before it'll go to 5-on-4 for the next 2 minutes. So Altier steps in for the face-off. Huskers win it. 2 seconds left, 5-on-3. Peyton rips one high over the crossbar, and now it's 5-on-4. Huskers still on the power play, down 2-0. In front of the circles, Huskers send one on net, and it's Meesterling eating it up once again. 3:45 to go in the first period. It's been Chuck Altier with 2 goals here today with this 2-0 lead for Creighton. Face off with Altier and Bobby Heiberg up top. Mosing looking for a pass along the blue line. Gets it. Works along the right side against Altier. Sends one to the net. Puck still alive. No goal for the Huskers. As now they work with it in front of the net. Flicked out by Creighton's defense, as here comes Greg Pate, big number 15, with the puck into the neutral zone. Altier applies pressure. Pate fighting for it in front of the Creighton bench. He gets knocked down. He wants a call. He doesn't get one, as Kubicek takes it away and sends it against the boards. Minute 15 on the penalty kill for this Creighton defense, as they lead 2-0 with 3 minutes, 5 seconds left in the first period. Merritt dumps it left side over to Beach. He flicks it toward the Creighton bench. Blue Jays clear it, but it goes out of play into their own bench. So the Huskers will get a face-off on the Blue Jays side with a 5-on-4 advantage for another minute and 1 second. Players like Jackson Beach have had some solid opportunities thus far. We'll see if Beach, the leading goal scorer for Nebraska, can get one on here. 2:57 left in the first period. Weber in there for the face-off. He'll take on Jack Schwab. Weber and Schwab face off, won by the Blue Jays. Weber pokes at it, takes it. As now here is Merritt up top. Merritt feeds it to the left side. Up top to Weber, high slot. Working it in front of the net a little closer. Huskers lose it for a moment. Creighton takes it away, swinging across the boards. Merritt swings one on the net, and it's Meesterling once again taking the puck and eating it alive. He freezes it in net. 2:36 to go in the first. 40 seconds left on the power play for Nebraska, as Weber waits for the faceoff with Schwab once again in the Creighton zone. Huskers win it for a moment. Still a fight for it though. Weber poking at it. Now it's Beach up top, working with Merritt to his left. Beach in between the circles. Works behind the Creighton net now, looking for an opening. Doesn't have much as Weber tries to find it. The shot goes high. Couldn't quite see what number that was for Nebraska, but the Huskers still have possession in the Creighton zone. Stadler sends one across. Huskers offense not able to take advantage that time. Stadler up top, working with it over to the right side. Now it's Beach. He lets it get by him. Beach gets jammed into the boards, and now he takes it away once again, looking for a teammate. Sends it in front of the net left side. Still up in front, and Meesterling covers it up as Davis Mardessen. A little bit of pushing and shoving after the play. Power play has concluded. Back to 5-on-5 action. Minute 56 left in the first period, as the Huskers in the black tops, red pants, red helmets work against Creighton with the white jerseys with some blue stripes over the middle of them. It's Caden Davis steps in for the face-off in the Creighton zone with Chuck Altier. Fight for it. Creighton wins it for a moment. Lucas Mazariego behind the net, loses the puck. Quevedo fights for it. Still behind the Creighton net. Still in front, puck alive. Kubicek takes it and sends it into the neutral zone. Here comes Lachey. Working against 3 Husker defenders. Topol pokes at it and gets it. Creighton loses it for a moment in the neutral zone. Sent up in front. Here comes Kubicek with Altier. Couple of good goal scorers. Kubicek, center of the slot. Moves left side now. Sends one to the net. Got tipped away for a moment. Kubicek still with the puck. In front of the net, Lachey. Poked at by Davis. Husker defense strong right there. About 1:20 left in the first period. Huskers 2-on-2. Topol drops it down. Had Davis. Couldn't find him though. Leslie fights with it. And now he's got it at mid. And the center of the ice, Oldenfield watches it bounce off the glass, gets poked away by Lachey. Lachey into the corner against Losing. Puck set near side off the glass, and I believe they call offside. So the whistle gets blown. 57 seconds in the first period, as we will have a face-off coming along the Husker blue line. Patrick Kroski in there, wins the face-off against Hyberg. Puck behind the Husker net as Dugan chases it down, now on the right side. Husker defense working 5-on-5, 45 seconds left. First period down 2-0. Puck into the Husker zone, another whistle. And I believe offside once again. So we'll have another face-off. So Kroski and Hyberg will take the face-off. They'll take it now at center ice on the Omaha Mavericks hockey logo here at Baxter Arena in Omaha. Puck gets dropped. Mavericks win the face-off for a moment. Burns flicks it up into the Husker zone. Rogers chases it down. Now in between the circles. Off the boards to Bonthias. Gives it up to a Husker teammate. Creighton takes it away. Burns flops it up into Nebraska's territory once again. Rogers near side corner behind the net. Gets it poked at by Schwab. And now in front of the net, Scott in danger. Huskers take it away for a moment. 2-on-2 break. Here comes Nebraska with a head of steam. Hyberg tries to toe drag it, and a whistle is blown and a penalty against Creighton once again. 10 seconds on the first period clock. As Sean Burns, I believe, there's two players there. They're determining who the penalty will be on. It ends up being the defenseman Sean Burns. His second game as a Creighton Blue Jay, and with 10 seconds left in the first period, the Huskers will have 10 seconds of 5-on-4 advantage. In the Creighton zone, down 2-0. Nate Weber, the team captain, in there for the face-off on the right side of the net. They drop the puck. Huskers looking for the puck after the face-off. Beach jamming it up against the boards, and Creighton will manage that as there's less than 5. Here comes 3, 2, 1, and that does it for the first period. 2-0 lead as Creighton and Nebraska head into their respective locker rooms. Couple of goals from Chuck Altier, one of the top players on this Blue Jays roster. He's now got 3 goals on the season after he scored one yesterday. 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. We'll step aside and bring you some period 2 action right after the break. just about ready for period 2 between Nebraska and Creighton. 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Coming out of the locker room as Altier is in there for the face-off with, I believe, Nate Weber. Huskers win the face-off, still in center ice. Puck goes back into the Husker zone as Weber takes it along the near side. Check that, that's Merritt, number 19, not number 9. Here's Weber in the Creighton zone as both teams flip sides. Huskers flick it in front, fight for it on the near side, blue line for Creighton. Now along the side, Huskers fighting for the puck. Weber behind the goal line, works with it, finds a man in front. That Stadler just missed it. And we have a whistle and a stoppage. I believe Meesterling hopped on top of the puck, as Stadler was right in front for the one-timer off the pass from Nate Weber. Couldn't quite finish it, though. He ran to the sideline as I believe maybe his stick broke or something. I don't know how he missed it that badly. But Weber steps in for the face-off with Chuck Altier, who's got both the goals here tonight. Huskers win the face-off, keep it in the Creighton zone. Beach fights for it, sent to the right side. And now on the near point, the shot goes up by Mardessen. Can't finish it, though. Still loose in the Creighton zone. Huskers chase after it after the Blue Jays clear it out. About a minute left on a power play for the Huskers coming out of the locker room. Happened with about 10 seconds left in the first period. Now here comes Beach by himself against 3 defenders, gives it up to Mardessen. Merritt up top against Altier. Altier flicks it in front. Breakaway for the Blue Jays. Here comes Kubicek, the top goal scorer. Goes in and out and can't finish it. Great save by Liam Scott. In net tonight for the Huskers. 18:48 left in the second period. Nebraska trails 2-0 with 34 seconds on the power play. Here comes Jackson Beach along the right side into the Creighton zone with the puck. Still operating with it. Had Pate for a moment, now holds onto it. Feeds in front. Stadler goes backhand. Good save by Meesterling. Huskers still at the blue line. Pate gives it up. Beach over to the center high slot. Sends a shot on net, rejected by Meesterling. Puck gets flicked out into the Husker zone off the glass, and Nebraska will chase it down with Greg Pate. Less than 5 seconds to go on the power play. And here we go, 5-on-5, 18 minutes left in the second period. Huskers working with it. A push in the back of Alex Schumacher. Now it's Creighton in the Husker zone and offsides. Could have been a good opportunity for the Blue Jays, but instead, David Calderon will not get that breakaway opportunity. So a face-off coming in the Blue Jays zone. 5-on-5 action. It's been a great day in net for the Creighton goalie, Gabe Meesterling. Plenty of shots on goal, but nothing has gotten through him tonight. On the other side, Liam Scott with 2 goals allowed in the first period, both of them to the forward Chuck Altier. Face-off is won by the Blue Jays as now McLeese behind the goal line against the Husker defense. Loose puck on the near side boards. A fight for it, taken away by the Blue Jays' Colt Tallis. He takes it the other side, far side behind the net, flicks it up front to a teammate. Now into the neutral zone, into the Nebraska zone now. Puck is loose, far corner. Husker defense takes it away. Here comes Weber. Weber sends it out in front, chases after it. And now Pate fighting for it. Check that. That was actually Jack Dugan chasing after the puck earlier. He gloves it on a loose puck. Takes it into the Creighton zone. Chasing after it is Dylan McCray, wearing 74 today. Blue Jays steal it away. Taken away at the blue line, this time though by Heiberg. Heiberg getting poked at, and Creighton able to hold off this opportunity. Dugan gets laid on top of as he falls to the ice. Puck behind the Creighton net, a fight for it. Poking at it, and the Blue Jays desperately slapping it out of play. Now into the neutral zone. Husker offense continuing pressure. We'll have a penalty at the whistle, I believe. Hand went up by the officials. Operating behind the net. Pate looking for it, chasing it down, fighting with speed with David Calderon, who speeds ahead behind the Husker net now. Scott looks from right to left. Puck gets centered up top into the neutral zone and sent into Nebraska territory by Jade McCown. Nebraska operating behind their own goal line, stolen away for a moment. Liam Scott now looks left, now over his right shoulder, in front of the net. Shot gets sent on. No good though, a little bit wide. Up top, here's McCown once again. Left side, and it's rejected, poked away. Behind the net, now over to the far left side. Quevedo works with it for Nebraska. Topol try to poke at it defensively. Still in the Nebraska zone. They're able to take possession now. Flicked up front into the neutral zone. Loose puck chased after by Kyle Hogan. And now here comes Patrick Krosky in front, left side of the net. Loses it for a moment, got poked away. Nebraska working defensively, 2-on-2 now as the puck gets ahead of Jake Quevedo into Creighton territory. Hard hit in the corner. Quevedo still has it. Still looks a little bit shaky though as he gets jammed into the boards. Creighton defense recovers and they take the puck near side. Over to the blue line into the neutral zone. Now here comes Patrick Krosky over the Omaha logo here in Baxter Arena. Backtracking is Jay McCown, and he will flick it off the boards. Chasing after it is Bonthius behind the net. Nebraska defense works with it, down 2-0 with 15:30 in the second period left. Still a loose puck, poking at it. Nebraska takes it at the midline. Now 2-on-2, puck gets away for a moment. Loose along the boards. Here's Leslie. Leslie sends it over to the Blue Jays territory, and it tumbles behind the goal line. Creighton sends it up, tipped, and it will head down to the Nebraska side all the way to the goal line. Rogers has to take control. Now a chance for the Huskers all the way. It's flicked up as now Jackson Beach slows it, gives it up to Stadler, had a shot at it. No shot came though in front of the net. Now it's Creighton the other way. Here comes the Creighton offense as Sieve sends one towards Scott. He holds on to it, and we will finally have a stoppage. 14:48 left in the second period. Nebraska not able to take advantage of any of the opportunities. 2-0 lead for Creighton as they play here in Omaha. 1-0 Creighton, 1-1 Nebraska Cornhuskers. Face off in the Husker zone. Puck gets dropped. Nebraska wins it. They'll have it behind the goal line. Loose puck, near side boards, fighting, now back over to the left side. Liam Scott looking right to left a bunch here in the second period. Fighting for it is McCray. It's jammed up along the Creighton bench. A crowd of Huskers and Blue Jays fighting for a puck as now Nebraska able to take it away. Still a pile of hockey players in front of the Creighton bench as the puck is left side of the net in the Nebraska zone. Now it gets sent into Creighton territory, into the net up high on the near side. And it's a whistle out of play. Weber and Ben McGinnis were the nearest Huskers chasing after that puck that went sky high. And we will have a face-off with 14:18 left in the second period. Nebraska trails by 2 goals. Weber and Altier waiting for the face-off in front of the blue line of Creighton. It's won by the Blue Jays, Kubicek. He sends it over to his teammate now as Lucas Mazariego backtracks into his own zone. Kubicek working foot with it. Near side boards, bounces it off the board. Pate chasing after Altier, who takes control. Left side, rips one on the net, gets blocked by Scott. Good save in net. Puck still alive in the Husker zone. Kubicek reaching at it, got tumbled over. A nice hit by McGinnis. Now behind Liam Scott in net. Huskers have control of the puck, working alongside. And now into the neutral zone. Puck getting fought for by Kubicek. Bunch of Huskers there for it though. Holderfield has it at his own blue line. Sends it up toward the midline. And now Creighton will have to chase it down in their own territory. Mazariego takes control of the puck. Nearly gets taken away as he flicks it all the way across the ice. As Kubicek works with it near the Nebraska blue line. Into the Husker territory. Here comes Rothenberger. Working 2-on-3, tries to attack the right side near point, sends one over the net, nearly out of play. Sent one on net, but it was far too high, and it ricocheted all the way into Husker territory behind the net. Blue Jays applying pressure as the Huskers have to be careful here, down 2-0. Now a nice pass up to Rothenberger, 2-on-2, over to the right side, near point, misses wide left. Heiberg tries to take control and keep it in the zone. Dugan fights for it as well for Nebraska, but now here comes Creighton taking it the other way. As Shoemaker works from right to left, and Dugan is able to take control as he got jammed up into the boards. Huskers in transition, trying to find something offensively as Leslie gets slammed into the boards. Still has control of the puck, however. Right side, flicks one in front of the net, goes gliding by, however. No one there to take a shot at it. Creighton's defense takes control. Tallis gives it up to McCown. He pops one up high, and it drops over into the ice of Nebraska. Merritt against the boards, fighting for it against David Calderon. 2-0 lead for the Blue Jays. 12-11 left here in the second period. Shot goes left side of the net by Jay McCown. Huskers taking control of the puck in their own territory, taken away though by Creighton. Still fighting for it, left side of the net. In front now, shot goes on net, and a great save by Liam Scott as Cole Tallis had a wrist shot right in front of the mid slot. But it was Liam Scott able to hold this game at 2-0 as the Husker defense got challenged right there. 11:58 here left in the second period as Heiberg checks out of the game alongside Merritt and Leslie for the Huskers. Face off in the Nebraska zone. Big Red wins it. Rogers behind the net, sends it off their own boards up near the neutral zone. Now the Huskers in transition. Here comes Quevedo, 2-on-3, rips one up the middle, got blocked by Meesterling. Good save in net for the Blue Jays. Here comes Creighton the other way as Calderon gets tripped with a stick. They want a call and they may get it. Huskers have control of the puck as Topol lets it glide by him into the Creighton zone. Controlling the puck defensively are the Blue Jays. McCown gets popped on the near side boards but is able to send it up front. Blue Jays with the puck in the Husker territory now. Gets backtracked. Watts sends it up the front. Here comes Shoemaker. Shoemaker along the blue line, and the whistle's finally blown. And I believe maybe a penalty coming up here. The Huskers will watch Jake Quevedo head into the penalty box. Another power play for Creighton. And that's not what the Huskers need right now. Down 2-0 on the road. Took the season opener against, I believe, Bradley a couple of nights ago, and then lost to Creighton yesterday. But with 2 minutes on this power play, Creighton has a chance in the Husker zone, 5-on-4. Burns works right side. Now it's Kubicek who rips one on the net. A nice save by Liam Scott, leaning to his left to snag that one. A wrist shot from the left side. And with 11:10 to go in the second period, we'll have another face-off in Husker territory. 5-on-4 advantage for the team in white tonight, the Creighton Blue Jays. Huskers win the face-off, clear it out of the zone instantly, and the Blue Jays will have to chase it down. A little bit of pressure applied by Dylan McCray as Meesterling sends it up into the neutral zone. Altier centers it over to Calderon. Calderon works right side now. Finds a man, that's Sean Burns. Now it's Altier on the left point. Burns operating up top with the offense. 5-on-4 advantage for another minute 30 on the power play for Creighton. Altier loses it for a moment. Huskers have control with Weber. He topples over Altier, over down onto the ice, and they're able to clear it out for a moment. As here comes Kubicek, the top goal scorer for the Blue Jays, on the left side. Backtracks it to Altier, who operates. Huskers able to take the puck once again, and they slide it into the Creighton zone. Nice job clearing the puck out on this penalty kill for Big Red. About a minute left on the penalty kill as they trail 2-0 with 10:15 left in the second period. Blue Jays work behind the goal line now of the Huskers as Altier fights for it in front of his bench. Huskers send it out of play into the Creighton bench, as that was Jack Dugan that flicked that one out of play. 10:08 to go in the second period. We'll have a face-off in Nebraska territory. Altier will try to win it and send one through for maybe his first hat trick of the season. He's got both goals tonight for the Blue Jays that came in the first period. One more would give him the hat trick. Puck gets dropped, whistle is blown, maybe some early action, and they will redo the face-off. Burns goes to his sideline, gets a drink of water, and they will change out Altier on the face-off as Lachey now will match up with Bobby Heiberg. Blue Jays win the face-off, left side point, back up top to Kubicek. Burns operates, sends one on net from up top. Nearly a one-timer there. 10 minutes left, second period, as Liam Scott was able to glove it and stop the clock once again. 46 seconds on the Creighton power play. Another face-off in the Husker zone. Creighton wins it once again. Kubicek works left side point. Backtracks against the Husker defense of Jack Dugan. Still has the puck near the goal line. Sends it back out to Burns. Right side now. Creighton looking for a lane. Can't find anything though. Husker defense has been game thus far on the penalty kill. Holderfield sends it over. It's blocked by Kubicek. He works right side of the net. What a save by Liam Scott. He just took it in the midsection and stopped it in a hurry. 23 seconds left on the power play as Kubicek, who scored twice yesterday, hasn't been much of a factor here today. Altier for the face-off against Tyberg. Creighton wins it. Still up top with it. Altier kicking at it. Now has it on his stick. Gives it up to Burns, center of the slot. Back up top. Altier in the middle now. Still looking for a lane to shoot. Works left side. Gives it up top to Burns. One-timer is stopped for a moment. Still alive in front of the net. Huskers poking at it, and they get it out of their own zone once again. And that kills the power play of Creighton. Huskers 5-on-5 now with 9 minutes, 10 seconds left in the second period. Altier works into the Husker zone on a loose puck left side. As that's Jackson Beach chasing after it to avoid any danger. Kubicek left side in between the circles now, goes behind the net. Beach takes it away on the left corner. Gets jammed against the boards, however. Still a fight for it up top near the blue line. That one's sent left side by Sieve. Huskers take control. 8:45 to go, second period. Beach works across left side into the Creighton territory. Leaves it for Holderfield. Behind him, the shot gets rejected by Meesterling. Puck still up for grabs in front of the Creighton net. Now here come the Blue Jays in transition. 2-on-2 break with Calderon leading the way against Merritt, number 19 for the Huskers. His shot gets blocked. Schwab sends it opposite side for the Blue Jays, still in the Husker territory. Huge hit against the boards. And we have a penalty on that one. My goodness, that was a mammoth hit that will send the Huskers into the box once again. That's Sean Rogers that gets called for that whistle. And once again, the Huskers will play 5-on-4 on the negative side of things and have to find a way to kill this clock. Already down 2-0. Cole Tallis, forward from Colorado, in there for the face-off in Husker territory. Waits for the puck to drop, and Creighton wins the face-off. Up top with the Blue Jays. Here's Sieve, the defenseman, working along the blue line. Rips one at, got tipped and up, almost out of play. Huskers trying to clear it out of their own zone as Quevedo chasing it down, gets into the Creighton territory. He'll apply pressure as Hogan chases after it behind their own goal line. Sieve, the defenseman, works right side, gives it up, back over to the left to Hogan. Hogan flips it up over into the neutral zone. Huskers trying to keep it in front of the midline. And the puck gets away for a moment, loose in front of the near sideboards. Quevedo gives a shove to Cole Tallis. Puck backside with Creighton. They move in transition over to the left. Right to left into the Husker territory. Pate and Merritt out there defensively for the Huskers. 2-0 lead, 7.5 to go in the second period. Minute and 10 on this penalty kill for the Huskers. Creighton works in the Husker zone with Tommy Sieve up top. Left side, here comes Hogan. Sends one left of the net. Good save by Scott. Stuck his stick out, and now the Huskers clear it out once again as Tommy Sieve has to chase it down between the circles. Sends it up into the neutral zone. Pate pokes at it, near side boards. Fight for it, and Creighton once again has to keep it in as Hogan takes it across the left side, 3-on-3. Husker defense getting back with less than 40 to go on the penalty kill. Shot gets blocked, and now some contact in the crease as Liam Scott got sent on his backside. Gave a little bit of a shove as he tried to get up as well. 6:55 to go here in the second period. 38 seconds on the penalty kill. Scott has been solid here in the second period. Plenty of opportunities for Creighton, but nothing has gotten through yet. Still has to fight for 38 more seconds, and actually, Creighton will now get a penalty on that contact as Cole Tallis will head into the box. So it's 4-on-4 here for at least 38 seconds, and then the Huskers will have just over a minute of power play advantage. So it's Jake Stadler, the freshman forward from Minnesota, in there for the faceoff in the Creighton zone. Even 4-on-4 advantage. Kubicek works it across, loses his footing, blows the tire as he had a chance offensively on that break. 25 seconds of 4-on-4, and then the Huskers will have the advantage by one man. Flicked up front, Beach loses the pass. Creighton takes it the other way, into the Husker zone. Fight for it on the near side boards as Merritt is going to work behind Liam Scott behind the goal line. Sends it up to a teammate. Loose puck into the Blue Jays territory. Beach chases after it, reaches a stick out, takes it away for a moment. Puck still alive as Mardesin can't find it. Altier slaps it, trying to get it out of their own zone. Huskers will keep it at least by the midline, trying to operate some form of offense now. Merritt works toward the blue line, left side, looking for a lane. Still has it, now on the left point. Works behind the net, gives it up to Beach right side. Has a man in the middle if he wants him. Beach works it to the right side. Husker offense on the power play now. Puck alive in front of the net. Shot gets blocked by Meesterling. What a save. Still alive in the Creighton zone. Altier takes it himself now. 1-on-2, left side. Scott has to wait for some defenders to help him as Altier gets crushed by Merritt. Huskers have the puck now, working it across the midline. Here comes Mardesin, gives it up, and now Huskers use Greg Pate, flicks one toward the net. What a save by Meesterling. Still 2-0 after a couple of opportunities for the Nebraska offense. Oh my goodness, 31 seconds left on the power play for Nebraska as Cole Tallis sits in the sin bin. Stadler comes in for the face-off as Creighton will look to clear it out instantly. Up top, here's Losing. Losing gets it taken away by Watts. Watts into the neutral zone, slaps it up in front. Husker territory now as they will work behind their own goal line. Pate getting poked at for a moment, trying to find some space. Takes it himself into the neutral zone. Flicks it up in front, and the pass is a little bit in front of Jack Dugan. Huskers still have control of the puck, though. Heiberg, right side, fought for it, and behind the net now. Dugan slapping at it. A fight for it with Watts and Heiberg. Still behind the net. Westerling has to keep an eye on the back of his head. McCray on the far side. Husker offense still fighting with the puck. Dugan behind the net. A crowd of Creighton defenders fighting with him as the puck is still fought for and held by Meesterling. Couldn't quite get anything in front of the net that time. As the power play concludes, we're back to 5-on-5. 4:39 to go in the second period. A couple of chances here in the second for the Husker offense, but still trail 2-0. Caden Davis will take the face-off here against Patrick Krosky of the Blue Jays. Davis wins the face-off. Huskers use Drew Holderfield now. He slaps it to the right side. Still in front of the net. Chasing it down is Quevedo. Sent the other way, left to right. As now the Huskers trying to keep it in this Creighton zone. Loose puck to their corner. Topol trying to grab it. Couldn't quite do it though. Up top, Davis in the mid slot. Gets slapped at for a moment. Puck loose in front of the Creighton net. Good job by the Blue Jays defense. Here comes Krosky now. Over to the left side, Calderon. Looking for the puck. In front of the net now. Centers it for Krosky. His shot gets stopped off the stick of Liam Scott. Great save in net for the Husker goalie in his first game of the season. The sophomore in net tonight had a tough first period, but he has been a wall here in the second. 4:07 to go here in the second period. Face-off in Nebraska territory as it's won by the Huskers. They will send it up into the neutral zone. Fought for with Beach as he backtracks into his own territory. A couple of Creighton defenders smack at him. He whiffs the pass into the Husker territory now, chasing after it. Sliding effort by, I believe that was Leslie who slid in there to make the stop. Now it's Nebraska in transition. Here comes Mardesin. Beach and Mardesin, the best goal scorers thus far. They work it into the Creighton zone. Turnover though, as now Stadler has the puck, puts it in front of the net. Shot gets blocked and tipped away by Chris Vo. Check that was Johnny McLeese. And now Creighton will take some time, work behind the net, flick it out in front, taken away by Calderon. Stadler tries to smack him. Puck along the near side boards. Huge hit by Dugan as he slams a man down into the ice. That was Calderon that took that shot. Whistle was blown, and it may be a penalty against Jack Dugan as he will get sent into the penalty box. First penalty against Dugan of the season. That'll be a 2-minute minor. And with 3:10 left in the second period, 2 minutes of power play action for Creighton as they lead 2-0 off a 2-goal day so far from Chuck Altier, their star forward. Face off in the Husker zone. Nebraska wins it. They'll try to clear it out. Kept in by Sean Burns. Now up top, Kubicek. Burns, left side. Flicks it in front of the net. Fought for. On the left side point. And it's cleared out by Nebraska. Altier will come and get it from his goalie, Meesterling, along with his teammate, Sean Burns. A little bit of pressure applied by Dylan McCray behind the goal line. Altier takes it left to left side. Flicks it across the ice to Burns. Burns works along the right side in front of his bench. Glides behind the net of the Huskers. Has Altier up top if he wants him. He'll feed it up top. Burns, that was actually Lachey who had the puck. Now it's Burns up top. Over to the right side. Calderon sends it to the left. Pass gets past Altier. Behind the net is Lachey. Back up top. Now it's Burns, the defenseman, operating. Sends one down the middle. Nice save by Scott. Kept alive, though, off the pads. Behind the net now. Fought for. Creighton trying to keep it in the Husker territory with about a minute left on the power play. 5-on-4 advantage for the Blue Jays. Up top, Burns whiffs that shot. Kept alive by Kubicek. In front of the net, he misses wide, trying to find a pass. Husker defense active here on the penalty kill. Up top, Calderon. In the pass inside, and the shot goes in for a score. It was David Calderon's pass that found Caden Lachey. His first goal of the season, and the Blue Jays take a 3-0 lead, taking advantage of the power play. A 3-0 lead for Creighton here in Omaha. Huskers have a lot of ground to make up with 1:50 left in the second period. We'll see if they can build some momentum before heading into the locker room. Face off at center ice coming. It's won by the Huskers, Caden Davis. Now Creighton takes control. They send it into the Husker territory. Bonthias backhands it, trying to clear it out. Bonthias still has the puck. Now it's the Huskers in transition across the midline. It's Topol and Quevedo working against 4 Creighton defenders. Topol in the far corner, along behind the goal line. Puck still alive as Peyton sends it around the boards behind the net. Huskers poking at it, and a nice shot along the boards by Camden Lay, and Creighton pops it up, trying to swing at it was, I believe that was Bonthias. Yes, it was. Couldn't quite find contact. Puck behind the Husker net, with the power play concluding now as the Huskers into the Creighton territory. Davis gets stopped for a moment. Topol chases after it behind the net. Topol couldn't quite find it, but now it's Davis. Creighton takes it away from Davis. They work in transition with less than a minute to go in period 2. Puck goes up high, maybe a high sticking call, as Creighton will go into the box once again, I believe. We'll see. It looks like the referees were gesturing toward Johnny McLeese, but I guess no penalty will be called. It'll be a face-off in the Husker zone, as Stadler will take the face-off, and the Huskers cannot win it. Creighton in control behind their own net. Husker defense, or Husker offense rather, trying to keep it in there as the puck goes off the glass near side into Nebraska territory. Merritt chases it down. Another whistle is blown with 39 seconds left in period 2. I believe they'll call icing, and it will be a face-off in Creighton territory. 5-on-5 action right now, with 40 seconds left in the period. Nebraska with a chance here to maybe add their first goal of the day. Stadler wins the face-off, back to the Huskers along the blue line. Merritt sends it in front of the net, loose puck, cannot fit it through. Still in the Creighton territory, off the glove of Merritt. Now here comes Dom Corey. Corey works on the left point, misses now over to the right. Puck in front of the net. Scott trying to find it, poked at in front of the crease. Some contact as well. Now the puck's behind the goal line. Creighton still in control of the puck. McLeese slaps it in front, and Scott will cover it up with 12 seconds left in period 2. McLeese just chucks his stick into Creighton territory, and he will check out as well. So a face-off coming in the Nebraska zone. Blue Jays up 3-0. Goals from Altier and Lachey. Face-off coming along the left side of the net. It's won by the Blue Jays for a moment. Now Nebraska takes control with less than 10 to go in the period. Topol tries to clear it out. Quevedo chases it down behind the goal line. Less than a second to go in the period, and the buzzer sounds. Huskers had some hustle at the end of the period, but were not able to send one through to the back of the net. 3-0 lead for Creighton as Caden Lachey scores. We've got some trash talk happening between Weber and Meesterling. The goalie for Creighton, Weber the captain for the Huskers. And that does it for the second period. 3-0 lead for the Blue Jays here in Omaha. And we'll have that final 20 minutes of this hockey game coming up in just a bit from Baxter Arena. period 3 between Nebraska and Creighton. Coming up in just a moment, 3-0 lead for the Blue Jays. Couple of goals from Chuck Altier and Caden Lachey added one a period ago as Nebraska and Creighton wait for the face-off at center ice. 20 more minutes left in the second game of the weekend between these teams. As the face-off is won by the Blue Jays, Sieve sends it into Nebraska territory. Huskers working right to left from our vantage point here in Baxter Arena. Whistle, and I believe a tripping is called, as if this is an early penalty, the Huskers will have a power play to start things off. Tommy Sieve, the defenseman, heads into the box, and 2 minutes of 5-on-4 early on in period 3. This is a shot for the Huskers to maybe make this 3-goal comeback. Weber and Altier will take the face-off for the Huskers and Creighton respectively. In the Blue Jays zone, Weber wins the face-off. Up top, right side is Beach. Dishes down low. Working with the puck. Now behind the goal line is Nebraska. Stadler's out there as well with Weber and Merritt. But still behind the net. Loose puck. Weber fighting for it. Tries to find a man up top. Now to the left side. Up top is Merritt. One-timer gets slapped at by the goalie Meesterling and kept alive by the Husker offense. Beach behind the net. Over to the right side. Another shot on net. Tapped away. Stadler behind the goal line for the Huskers. Still in Creighton territory. Weber working with him. Stadler's shot goes off the pad and over, nearly out of play. Creighton able to clear it out at the last second as Kubicek sends it into Nebraska territory. Minute 15 on the penalty kill for Creighton, but now here comes Kubicek short-handed into the Husker territory. Jays being a little bit aggressive. Now here comes Weber, the team captain, down the left side, working with a couple of Huskers alongside him. He gets all the way down behind the net. Creighton trying to clear it out. Huskers will keep it in the zone. Now Pate backtracks. Pate handles the puck in front of Liam Scott. His goalie gave up just 1 goal in the second. Here comes Beach. Beach into the Creighton territory. He gets sent down. A lot of contact, and Creighton will flop it into Nebraska territory. This time it's McCray and Dugan who come in to recover the puck. 18-16 left in the game. Huskers trail by 3. Dugan with a shot. Pass gets by him for a moment into the Blue Jay territory. Behind the net, Meesterling watches it from right to left. Huskers in control of the puck. Up top, one-timer gets whiffed on by Pate. Pate now gets a pass back up top. Sends it to the left side. Hyber works with the puck. Gets pushed in the back. Up top is Jack Dugan, who dishes to Pate. Back down to Dugan, left on the point. Dugan looking for a spot to go to. Pate works on a high slot. Still back to Dugan on the left side. He wrists one toward the net. It gets blocked once again. Meesterling has been terrific tonight as the puck has worked itself back into the Husker territory. Blue Jays on aggression right now, offensively into Nebraska. And here's the loose puck in front of the net. Nebraska takes it away, though, into the midline. Dugan backhands it over to Meesterling in goal for the Blue Jays. They will slow things down as the Huskers make a change. Here comes Schwab, gives it up into the middle, as now it's Patrick Kroski. Got it poked away by Greg Pate, who slides behind the net with the puck. Dishes behind him to Jake Quevedo, working along the near side. Across center ice, in traffic, gives up the puck. Still alive at the midline. Huskers trying to find it. It works back into their own zone. Here's Zach Merritt against one man, works across him. Now over the Omaha logo at center ice, into Creighton territory. Dishes left to Quevedo. He sends one toward the net. Rebound. Shot is in there for a score. Huskers add their first goal of the day as it's Heath Topol off the rebound, and now Nebraska trails 3-1, and they take advantage of the power play. 2-goal deficit for Nebraska now here on the road in Omaha. Weber will face off with Cole Tallis at center ice as it's 5-on-5. 16:41 to go in this game. Creighton wins the faceoff. It goes trailing into their territory. Nebraska applying pressure still. Puck on the Creighton side. Now they move it into Nebraska territory. Here comes Shoemaker. Toe drag gets smacked away. Shot goes wide of the net to the left side by Tallis on the rebound. Nebraska poke at it and move it into the neutral zone. Creighton backtracks. Here comes Shoemaker once again. Another toe drag. Has it in front of the net. Softly pops it with his backhand, and it's covered up by Liam Scott. Good coverage by the Nebraska defense. 16-13 left in this hockey game. Nebraska trails 3-1, but a goal, the first of the season for Heath Topol. Face off in Nebraska territory. Tallis loses it, and Nebraska will take the puck behind their own net. Shoemaker working with it. Scott looks behind him. Shoemaker left side, rifles one toward the net. Scott's able to glove it once again. As Nebraska will make a couple of substitutions here defensively. Stadler, Davis Mardessen checks in as well. Pretty good goal scorer for the Huskers thus far. As here's the face-off, right side of the net. Creighton wins it. Up top, they work with the puck. They send one toward the net, now behind the goal line. Here's Tallis working it from left to right. Huskers defense needs to come up with something, still down by 2 goals. Up top here is Seed. Tommy Seed sends one high over the crossbar. Still in the Husker zone though. Loose puck poked at. Huskers take it away. Trying to get it out of there as now here they come in transition. Across into the neutral zone. It's Stadler. Stadler working left side now. Gets stopped at the corner and almost falls over. Got it taken away. Huskers keeping it in the zone, however, as it's chased after by the Blue Jays. Calderon slaps it back into the territory. Into the neutral zone now, taken away by Drew Holderfield. Holderfield got it poked away into the Nebraska territory now. Shot goes down and blocked. Camden Lay couldn't finish it. Loose puck, midline. Huskers finding it, and Creighton now poking it away once again. Here comes Dom Corey. Nice move. Moving in and out against Holderfield. Nebraska defense is there, though. They stop it and take control of the puck. At the center ice now. Here comes Heiberg. Heiberg with 2 defenders on him on the left side. Dishes to the right. Huskers trying to slow it down and find something offensively. As now the puck goes careening out behind the Creighton goal, and the Blue Jays take control. 14:40 to go in this game. 3-1 lead for the Jays. Bonthius slides it up the ice, and Nebraska will have a 1-on-3 here, now 2-on-4. Not a lot of chances for the Huskers offensively today, as Dugan pushes someone in the back. Puck goes behind the Blue Jays goal, and we have a whistle. Not sure if this is for a penalty or what here, but looks like we'll have a face-off on the Blue Jays side of things, so on the right side of the net. Looks like Caden Davis will take the face-off for Nebraska against Dom Corey. Nebraska wins the face-off. They've got it on the left side. Bonthius against 3 Creighton defenders. He gets jammed up in the boards behind the goal line. Creighton takes it in front of their own net. Now they're moving it in transition. Here comes Corey, right side against 2 Husker defenders. Dishes to the right. Kept alive by Lay. Watts slaps it, keeps it in the zone. Scott with a glove job, and a nice save in net by the Nebraska goalie. 14:01 to go in this game. Huskers trailed by 2 goals, the exact total that Chuck Altier has scored tonight. He's been a difference maker over these past couple of years against Nebraska, as we'll have another face-off in the Blue Jays territory. Davis wins the face-off for Nebraska. Up top is Sean Rogers. Rogers got it taken away. Here comes Creighton as Camden Lay tries to move it into Husker territory. Still up for grabs along the Creighton bench. Slapped at. Huskers glove it. Keep it in the Creighton zone. Nice job by Topol, the lone goal scorer for Nebraska tonight. As now the Blue Jays take it away. A lot of stick action down low. Tripping, not called. As now finally a whistle is blown, and may have been a penalty, as there was a chance for a breakaway, but I believe that was Jake Cavedo that ended up causing the contact, and it'll be a power play for Creighton. Some audible frustrations in the crowd on the side for the Blue Jays as Nebraska will head into this 2-minute penalty kill. Weber in there for the face-off against Altier. And Huskers clear it out instantly as Weber actually won the face-off. Much bigger player than Altier, just 5'8", 160 for Chuck Altier. Weber 6'3", 230. Both very effective players as Creighton moves it into Nebraska territory. As Lachey can't find anything, he's behind the goal line. 5-on-4 advantage for the Jays. Up top, here's Burns. Right side now, Kubicek hasn't been too much of a factor today. Kubicek takes it up the middle, nearly fits it through the 5-hole of Scott. Kept alive in front of the net. Altier, left side now. Creighton attacking offensively. Huskers desperately trying to clear it out, and it's flipped up into the air by Leslie. He'll chase after it himself, and he'll apply pressure against Sean Burns. Gets in front of the net, fires one on, can't quite fit it through Meesterling. Nearly a shorthanded goal by Matt Leslie, down 2 for the Huskers. Into Nebraska territory, loose puck, chasing behind the goal line, and we'll have a stoppage of play with 12:37 left in period 3. Solid chance that time from Leslie. So we'll have a face-off in Creighton territory. Nebraska trying to add a couple more goals to maybe extend this game to wrap up the weekend. Third road game of the season for Nebraska before they return to Lincoln next week for the Jayhawks. Topol, after the face-off, chases after it in the far corner. Still a fight for it, as I believe Kubicek comes away with the puck behind his own net. Husker defense aggressive here with 50 seconds on the penalty kill. Now here comes Calderon in front of him. He works into the Husker territory. Still slowly stands there on the ice. Now works to the right side point. Husker defense setting up a box. Here's Kubicek, dishes back to Calderon. Right side, now left with Altier. Altier finds a man over the middle. Calderon had a shot on the right side. Couldn't quite get a shot off, though. Altier, left side, in front, and it gets through. Second chance opportunity for David Calderon. His second goal of the season. And just like that, the Blue Jays add another goal and take a 4-1 advantage late in this contest. Couple from Altier, one from Lachey, and now one from David Calderon. It's back to a 3-goal deficit for the Huskers as Liam Scott has allowed 4 to get through here tonight. Face off at center ice, Nebraska wins it. Rogers backtracks, gives it up to Beach. Beach gets poked at, back into Husker territory. Rogers still trying to get it out of there, sends it across center ice. Creighton backtracks now themselves, and they will take control of the puck, but it's Mardesin who takes it away for Nebraska. Flipped into Creighton territory. As behind the goal now, the Blue Jays work with the puck. 11:30 to go here in the third period. Nebraska down by 3. Stopped up top by Bonthius near the midline. Has a teammate in Jackson Beach trying to attack offensively for the Huskers. A little bit of push into the boards behind the net. Puck still loose left side. Now nearing Nebraska territory. Schwab fighting for it. Got stopped for a moment. Puck gets behind the Husker goal. Bonthius looking for it. Now up top. Shot gets tipped and misses from Kyle Hogan. Missed up high. Flipped up and out of the Nebraska territory. Beach stepping up. And it's 5-on-5 right now. No more penalty kill for the Huskers. Down 4-1 as the defense has been strong both ways. Now in transition. Here comes Creighton once again. It's Kyle Hogan going in and out. Misses up high on that shot over Liam Scott. Hard hit in the corner. And now a shove in the back as well. Blindside hit that had Beach down. And a couple of Huskers on top of that Creighton player. Can't quite see the number. Another late hit. And Sean Burns was the one with the late hit again. Helmet has been dropped. I believe that's Cole Tallis. He is hot right now. He got hit hard in the back for Creighton. And there is sure to be something coming here in the penalty box. A lot of late contact after the whistle. And with 10:38 to go, it looks like it might be both sides heading into the box. Zach Merritt will head in there for the Huskers. And it'll be 4-on-4 for a few minutes here late in this contest. It's Tallis in the box for Creighton. The Blue Jays lead 4-1. So we'll see which side this favors in this 4-on-4 action. Officials still determining the penalty timing as they're at the scorekeeper's box. So it is officially Cole Tallis, the forward from Castle Pines, Colorado, in there for Creighton. He was the one that chucked his helmet off his head after they finally cleared up the pile. He waits in there by himself on the Creighton side of things. And in the box for Nebraska, still waiting on the numbers. That's Zach Merritt, the freshman defender from Lincoln, who's in there, 2-minute minor. Still sorting things out. Officials giving their decision to Reed Fuller out there on the Husker bench, the head coach for this Husker hockey team. Liam Scott chucks the puck to the official. But 10:38 to go in this game. A lot of physicality, and this is a rivalry matchup between Nebraska and Creighton. These guys know each other pretty well, playing each other off in these past few years as the Husker hockey program has developed. And now we are finally ready to go. Puck to be dropped on the Nebraska blue line for this face-off. It looks like there will not be a penalty for Creighton as it's 5-on-4 for the Blue Jays. Puck gets in front. Liam Scott will cover it up in net for the Huskers, and it'll stay in Nebraska territory. 1:56 on that penalty kill timer for the Huskers. Face off in Nebraska territory. It's won by Creighton. Puck gets cleared out though by Nebraska. Chasing it all the way down in front of the net, and now taken behind the net goes Kubicek. Kubicek glides into the center ice territory, into Nebraska territory now. Slaps one toward the net, misses up high and out of play. It's been a surprise that Kubicek hasn't been too much of a factor here tonight. Had 17 goals last year to lead the team. Nothing yet here tonight after a 2-goal game to open the season yesterday. So as it goes out of play in Nebraska territory, we'll have a face-off between Altier, and I believe that's hard to see the number yet, but I think that's Caden Davis that loses the face-off. Wrist shot on the one-timer from Kubicek up top, blocked by Scott, and now Creighton still has the puck in Nebraska territory. Burns works on the FNBO logo in the mid-slot. Now down low, Kubicek and a bunch of Creighton players in front of the net. Burns works to the right side. Calderon, the scorer here in this third period, gave it up to Burns. His shot gets blocked by a Husker defender. Still in Nebraska territory. One-timer, and it's Calderon once again. Same spot, same result. Second goal of the period for David Calderon as the Blue Jays take advantage of the power play and take a 5-1 advantage over the Huskers in Omaha. 2 from Calderon, 2 from Altier, and 1 from Caden Lachey as Creighton up big in their second game of the season. Face off on the Omaha Mavericks hockey logo at center ice. Nebraska wins it. They take control of the puck. Here comes Mardessen. And across the blue line, I think there may be an offsides here as Nebraska was moving a little bit quickly. And we will have a face-off near the blue line of Creighton. Puck gets dropped. Nebraska wins it. Pate flicks it ahead into Blue Jay territory behind the net. Nebraska trying to get aggressive here with 9:30 to go in the game, down by 4. Puck loose. Pate gloves it up top, right side, and the Blue Jays take advantage. 2-on-2 break now. Here comes Krosky over to the right side as Hogan's shot misses just barely. Nebraska defense trying to get this puck out of their zone. Behind the net comes Nebraska. They look for something offensively. Mardessen lets it get by him. Stadler with contact at the midline. Blue Jays still with the puck, poked at and kept alive. Nebraska defense still out there trying to get it out of their zone. They do for a moment. Slapped back in though as Creighton will go for a change. Nebraska with Holderfield behind the line. He'll take the puck himself. Slides it across right side. Stadler let it get by him. Chases after it, and it's cleared out once again. 8:35 to go. Clock gets stopped on that whistle. And we'll have a face-off in the Creighton territory once again with that icing. Nebraska, not a lot of momentum right now. They need to get something going these final 8.5 to get back up on the scoreboard and make this thing interesting. Davis on the faceoff, wins it for Nebraska. Creighton gets jammed against the boards. Now it's Creighton chasing after a loose puck in Nebraska territory. Merritt out of the box, back on the ice, spins behind the net, finding an open space. Gives it up to a teammate. Long pass up is over dished, I guess you could say, and Topol couldn't find it. Got all the way into Creighton territory behind the net, and the Huskers will have to come back into their own zone for this faceoff. Davis and Camden Lay will take it. Lay for the Creighton Blue Jays, Davis for Nebraska. Right side of the net, faceoff, still a battle for it. Down in front of the two players, and Lay comes away with it for a moment. Behind the net, here comes Corey. Dom Corey in a battle in the corner. Huskers fighting for the puck with him. Still jammed up. Now behind the net, over to the left side. Scott looks over his right shoulder. Puck alive in front of the net. Merritt takes it away for a moment. Spins back into his own zone, trying to find some open space. This Creighton offense very aggressive right now. Sieve flips it back into Husker territory. Behind the net, Zach Merritt over to the right side now. Huskers can't even get it past their goal line. Now they do, into the neutral zone. Cavado lost it for a moment. Creighton takes it back in front of their own bench. Back now is Sieve. He flips it up to Wheaton. Charlie Wheaton, his first action here in period 3. Nebraska takes it with McCray. McCray in front of his own net and poked away for a moment, and there's contact in front of the net. Loose puck. Nebraska defense able to get a stick on it, though. Here they come the other way. Leslie over the middle. Here's Weber. He got it stolen away. Calderon, 2 goals in this period, had that steal against Weber right there as well. Lojing rolls it up into Creighton territory. Weber reaches out with his stick. Less than 7 to go in the game. Huskers trail 5-1. Keep it in the Creighton zone, however, though. As here's McGinnis. McGinnis slaps it into behind the net, behind the goal line. Weber fighting for it. A gang of Creighton players in front of him. Shot on net is blocked. Still up in the Creighton zone, however. Mardessin slaps it in front of the crease. And I believe he scored. Who was it? Might have been McGinnis. There's a group of Huskers there. No, not McGinnis. And still, I believe that's Weber. He got his stick and scored on the rebound. 5-2 now as the Huskers add another goal. Second one of the season for Nate Weber. And Nebraska trails by 3 now with 6:32 left in this game. Face-off coming, it's center ice. Weber checks out after scoring. Face-off won by Creighton. They take it into Nebraska territory. Here comes Calderon. He gets shoved by Rogers. As now it's Mazriaga. Up top, left side now, and chased down by Nutting. Hank Nutting lost the puck for a moment. Huskers take it and the advantage once again. Here comes Dugan. Dugan left side. Huskers still have a chance here if they can get hot late in period 3. About 6 minutes left. Puck behind the Creighton net. Dugan left side. Looking for a teammate in front. Passes there for Heiberg, but he whiffed the shot. Had a one-timer opportunity. 5:55 to go in this game. Huskers behind the Creighton net offensively once again. Rogers keeps it in. Dugan loses it for a moment left side. Huskers working a lot on this left side of the ice right now as Rogers rips one, just missed left side. Puck still out in front of the net. Good opportunity for this Nebraska offense. 5-on-5, and now all of a sudden Calderon takes it himself along into Husker territory right side. Hard contact, goes behind the net, leaves it for his teammate Shoemaker, who couldn't do anything with it. Contact in the corner, it's Rogers fighting, and it's a brawl in that far corner. Officials trying to break it up as the contact was late after the whistle. It's Rogers, and I can't see the number yet, as it's a big group of players over there in the corner. So the big 6'3" defenseman, senior Sean Rogers for Nebraska, he will head into the penalty box as there was a fight going on in the corner on the Nebraska side of things. 5:20 to go in this contest. 5-2 lead for Creighton. A couple of goals from Chuck Altier and David Calderon, and the one from Caden Lachey. That has Creighton up by 3 here. Officials will meet at the scorer's table once again to determine the timing on these penalties, as I believe Cole Tallis will head in once again. So players heading into Creighton territory for this face-off, as the Huskers will work with a penalty on David Calderon, who's in the box as well. 5-on-4 advantage for Nebraska here. In the Blue Jays zone, down by 3. Weber in there for the faceoff, and Creighton's able to clear it instantly. Scott stops it with his stick in Husker territory. He'll leave it behind his goal as Merritt takes control, and the Husker offense looks for some late game heroics. Here comes Jackson Beach across the midline. Now into Creighton territory on the right side. Still has the puck behind the goal line. Works right side, as a man up top if he wants him. Keeps it himself, now gives it up. On the right side, Stadler's shot is tipped and kept alive in the Creighton territory. Beach slaps it in. Left side now is Merritt. Merritt from the left point sends one toward the net. Puck still loose in front. Merritt nearly had a goal right there to cut the deficit to 2. Merritt fighting for it in the neutral zone, jammed up on the near side boards. Here comes Beach with a breakaway. Beach rips one toward the net, and it's a great stop by Gabe Meesterling. 5-2 still. Minute 12 on the power play for Nebraska late in period 3. 4:32 left here in this contest. Face off in the Blue Jay territory once again. Weber will take it against Kyle Hogan. Weber's been great in these scenarios his whole career. He wins the face-off one-timer. Beach rips one toward the net. Got blocked though. Into the Husker zone. Scott leaves it behind his net. Merritt loses the puck as well. Here comes Stadler to take control for Nebraska. In their own zone, still 5-on-4 for 55 seconds. Merritt behind the net again. Huskers can't get it past their goal line. Merritt takes it up the middle now. Feeds to the right side. Huskers with a shot here. Down by 3 goals to the left side. Stadler gives it up. The shot goes through by Losing. Couldn't quite fit it to the back of the net, however. Losing feeds down low left side. Stadler working with space. He's got Losing up top if he needs it. Feeds behind the goal line. Huskers in a 5-on-4 advantage. 25 seconds left on the power play. Losing, left side point. Working with a few teammates up in front. Losing now centers it as Nebraska works to the right side with Merritt. Less than 12 to go on the power play. Merritt sends one toward the net. It's 8 up by Gabe Meesterling. His first game of the season has been solid thus far, as after he freezes the puck, 10 seconds left on the power play, 3:30 left in this game. Nebraska needs 3 goals in 3 minutes to keep this one alive. Davis for the faceoff against Chuck Altier. Huskers get it cleared out as Creighton able to kill this penalty and return to 5-on-5 action in a moment. In the Husker zone, Losing holds on to it behind the net, gives it up to Davis. Here comes Caden Davis, feeds over to the left side as Quevedo tries to find it. Huskers trying to keep it out of their own zone here with about 3 minutes left in this game, down 3 goals. 5-2 advantage for Creighton as loses it behind the net. Another one up in front, and it's a goal for Caden Lachey. 3 different Blue Jays, with each of them with 2 goals tonight. Altier, Lachey, and Calderon have made it 6-2. 6th goal allowed for Liam Scott here today, as Creighton has the big advantage. 2:57 left in Omaha. Weber wins the faceoff. Nebraska takes control of the puck in their own zone. Looking for an option along the near side boards. McCray got it past him into Creighton territory. Chasing it down is McGinnis. McGinnis over to the right side now. The only man there is Kubicek for Creighton. He flips it up in the air as Bonthius lets it get by him. Here comes Lachey. Nearly fits it through the legs of Liam Scott. Lachey almost had a hat trick right there. Lachey with a nice save, however, with 2:36 to go in this game. Face-off in Nebraska territory. Altier in there for the Blue Jays. Puck gets dropped, fought for, and the Huskers can't take advantage of the face-off. Kubicek slaps at it, puck goes in the air, drops behind the goal line of Nebraska. Puck still loose, fought for behind the net by Bonthius. Kubicek and Bonthius, two number 11s out there on the ice together. Kubicek centers it for Altier, tried to backhand one toward the goal, he whiffed it. Puck in front of the net, Nebraska takes it, and they try to get it out of their own zone desperately with McGinnis. McCray and McGinnis applying pressure into the Blue Jays zone. 2 minutes left in this contest. 6-2 lead for Creighton. In the Blue Jays zone, however, Husker offense trying to get active. In front of the net, puck is loose, and the Jays will try to get it out of there. Holderfield keeps it in the neutral zone. Sends it off the face mask of Kubicek of the Creighton Blue Jays. Here comes Altier now down the right lane. Behind the net, working still with the puck, gets crunched into the boards as the Husker offense takes control. Backtracking. Now here comes Charlie Wheaton, who gets slammed into the boards on the near side. Here's Topol, 1-on-3 for the Huskers. His shot gets smacked to the left. Minute 23 to go in this game. 6-2 lead for Creighton, as now into Husker territory. Scott will have to step up and maybe make a stop, but Pate stops that opportunity. Fought for on the near side. Davis gives it up behind him to Merritt. Merritt takes it himself into Creighton territory. Puck stolen away. Here come the Blue Jays. Camden Lay mishandled the puck. Now it's Quevedo across the blue line of Creighton, trying to attack offensively. Topol rips one on the net, and it's another great save by Meesterling. Less than a minute to go here in this contest. Huskers lost last night 4-3 after getting up by a few goals. Ended up blowing the lead late in that one. Got down early here today and just were not able to recover. 49 seconds left as the face-off is won by Creighton. Leslie has the puck up top for the Huskers. Puck goes over his head, however. He's now Losing. Works in the Husker zone. Nebraska just trying to keep it out of there now. Pass gets by Beach. And Creighton will hold it behind their net and try to trickle down these final 25 seconds. Puck gets down behind the Husker goal line, and we'll head back toward the Creighton territory after that icing call. .23 seconds left. Nebraska trails by 4. On the face-off here, Stadler waits for it against Camden Lay. As the puck gets dropped, Stadler trips, Lay falls on top of the puck, still loose, fought for, as Dom Corey is able to get it into the neutral zone. Nebraska takes over with Jackson Beach, reaching left side, centers one for Stadler, couldn't quite find a shot, however. Less than 10 seconds to go in this game. Huskers trail by 4, it's jammed up in the corner, nothing really there behind the goal line, and that'll do it. Creighton wins the weekend here in Omaha. 6-2 victory as they start this season 2-0 in MACHA play. Nebraska falls to 1-2. They won the season opener but dropped 2 straight to the Jays here at Baxter Arena on back-to-back nights. It was a tough season last year, 9 wins, 18 losses for the Huskers, and they start behind the 8 ball here in 2024. Both teams will glide across and do some handshakes after a very physical and competitive game in which Chuck Altier, Caden Lachey, and David Calderon each added 2 goals here in this contest. Altier now with 3 goals on the season for Creighton. Lachey found his first 2 as a Blue Jay in 2024. Calderon had one yesterday, added 2 more today. He's got 3 goals as well this season. Fun one in Omaha. Huskers will be back in action next weekend as they'll take on the Kansas Jayhawks from the John Breslow Ice Center. Home opener with the light show, so make sure everyone comes out for that one. Should be a fun contest, should be a fun season the rest of the way for the Husker Hockey Club. But this is Jake Schrott signing off from Baxter Arena in Omaha after a 6-2 victory for the Blue Jays.